Back-to-back carries. He's
It's
off to
round
the
two,
races
Mike.
again. Can he repeat?
Fumbles it, and Baltimore's going to run this back. You cannot be serious.
Gonna take another deep shot. Diving catch, Mason Kirby. What?
That's deflected away.
Oh!
Catch! What a catch!
More stepping back.
And he's nearly broke down, but it's intercepted. The run for the first down away. Vincent is on his way.
Oh my goodness, it's an embarrassment of riches.
More, and he is to the house. An unreal play.
Oh, he got it.
Baltimore walks it off.
And welcome to Sim Football pregame. Today, I am joined, eventually here, by our esteemed guest to the show, as Mike St. Green is not here, but it is Brett Killian here with us in the studios, Mr. Vancouver Legion himself. Brett, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Man, I'm excited here. First off, it's first time on camera in a long time through the SFL here, but I'm excited for these bunch of games here, Cam. We got a huge Saturday slate coming up.
Killian, tomorrow we'll hope to move up in the all-time records for receiving yards, but for today, we've got a couple of doozies. 4 teams here in the television block that are above 500 entering week 7. We start with Baltimore and Lone Star. Lone Star gets their shot at the defending champs. Queen City came close last week. Charleston, Florida, big rivalry later in Kentez Johnson's return. Arizona, St. Louis coming up in bonus coverage here today on NXT. But Brett, what do you think about this opening block?
Well, I'm going to be super excited for this Baltimore Lone Star matchup because, yeah, remember the Monday night matchup that we saw from Baltimore just eking out a win against Queen City. So maybe this could be that first crack in that armor, considering that they've been 18-1 in their last 19 contests, including the playoffs if you go back to last season as well. And Jack Wigmore looked very, very human in that last game as well. So maybe Lone Star can take advantage of that matchup. Whereas for Charleston, Florida, that we're going to see later on in this block, that division is just at a deadlock right now. These two teams are tied at first, along with Jacksonville, who are all 3-2, and this week's going to be probably the separation maker. So I'm looking forward to both these matchups that we're going to see live on NXT here, and I'm just so excited, Cam. I just can't hide my excitement right now.
No one should be able to hide their excitement for the Saturday showcase as Baltimore and Lone Star gets underway next. 5-0 Vultures, 3-2 Glory. It comes your way next on NXT. We'll be right back after this.
Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
You're looking live at a shot of City Hall in Denton, Texas, where the Lone Star Glory look to turn their luck around following a heartbreaking loss stood up to the Mexico City Aztecs last week as they take on a Baltimore Vultures team that has rolled through the competition to start season 18. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm your play commentator, Colin Northup. Rick Northup is on color.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for stealing my line, Yoser.
Declan O'Rourke and James Walters are on stats today. Cameron Irvine, our executive producer extraordinaire, as the Vultures look to remain undefeated at the top of their division, and meanwhile the Glory, coming off a loss to Mexico City, look to get their season back on track.
I want to issue this football advisory. The Rick meter is in the house today. The Rick meter is here.
Captain's meeting at midfield for the toss of the coin. Jack Whitmore to call it for Baltimore. And it's tails. And the Vultures will put their explosive offense on the field first.
Indeed, looking for big things from their offense today. Hopefully we'll have some fireworks. Lone Star Glory D intent on shutting that program down.
Number one scoring offense in the league with almost 36 points a game at 35.8. Number three in passing yards of 343. Should be fun today. James Troll the kickoff, and we're underway from Denton. Giovanni Bull on the return up to the 27, and Jack Whitmore comes out with a plethora of weapons at his disposal.
And you talk about the offense, Colin. The over-under is a healthy 58.5, with the Glory getting 9.5. Just shows you how much is expected from the Vulture offense today.
Whitmore under center, two tight ends, one single back, two wide receivers. Here's the throw, and it is complete out there for a pickup of 6 yards. Tackle made by Bo Martin Jr. out there for Lone Star. Ivory Irvin on the reception. For Baltimore on offense, they have halfback Jimmy Hazard, who had 116 yards last week. Fullback T-Roy Gaines, number 34. Ivory Irvin, who just caught that pass, along with back Cheeman Daly Holder are the wide receivers. Lloyd Graham Jr. and John Michael Suddeth are the tight ends, Suddeth being a rookie. Here's to get the Hazard, and Hazard is stood up immediately by the tackling machine known as J Mart, number 57 for the Lone Star. His defensive mates go as follows. Defensive ends Jukin Rukin and Yogi Barr. Bobo Cadell and Tina Begin are the defensive tackles. Freddie Trammell, rookie Boogie Barr, along with J Mart, are the linebackers. Here's Whitmore, fires it out complete. It's for a first down to the rookie tight end, John Michael Suddeth, for a first down for Baltimore.
Lone Star got a good stop on the play right before that. They actually had 7 guys on the line. They didn't drop anybody. They knew Baltimore was going to run on that previous play, and then Baltimore goes to the quick out to pick up the short yardage for the first down.
Here's the throw out to the flat, pickup of 6 yards. That is Mac Chima's first reception. Cornerbacks are Mickey McGuire, Bo Martin Jr., the free safeties Evan Lacey, number 20, strong safety Albert Begin, and Nate Hall. Begin leads his team in interceptions with 7, although Nate Hall has 1 pick-6 return for a touchdown so far this year. 2nd and 5, another out route to Irvin, good for the first down in front of McGuire at the Baltimore 48.
Just enough in the pattern to put him right at the sticks, picks up that first. Good field awareness on that. And just like that, Baltimore's got 2 first downs and out near midfield.
5 rushing touchdowns on the year for Jimmy Hazard. Just 246 yards on the ground, though. Gets another carry here, and he's stopped in the backfield for a loss. This time, it's number 94, Yogi Var on the tackle. I guess he wants a pick-a-nickel basket.
Maybe there was some food in that pick-a-nickel basket. He's giving up yardage on his season stats with that one. Stood up immediately after he receives the handoff.
Loss of 4 on the play. Wigmore fires down the middle of the field, wide open. It's Chima down to the 29-yard line, and Mac Chima's second catch of the drive.
And that's why you get an idea of how Baltimore can get you. Sure, our ace, RB, got stopped in the backfield, but here we go. I got number 88 behind your D.
27-yard pickup on the play. James Walters and Declan O'Rourke are statisticians, keeping track of all the facts and figures for us. As Baltimore will line up with 3 people in the backfield, the second tight end, John Michael Suddeth, next to T-Roy Gaines, the fullback. Here's to get the Hazard. And he has no luck. This time as he'll lose a yard back to the 30.
Yeah, it looks like Lone Star's committing to stopping the run. And that play design on the offense, they had not 1 but 2 lead blockers, and they still couldn't get him off beyond the line of scrimmage. In fact, lost a yard.
Now they go 3 wide. Here's the throw, incomplete.
It was a well-timed hit by the DB, Colin. That was a completion right before it wasn't. Right before it wasn't a completion.
Let's see who hit him again.
Bang.
It's Albert Begin, the team's defensive mastermind. He calls the plays on defense as the defensive coordinator.
And plays some good DB.
It's a 3rd and 11 for Baltimore. The Glory give up 61% on 3rd down, but they won't give it up here. As Daly Holders tackled way short of the line to gain by Nate Hall, and Shark Tuckington will be on for his first field goal attempt of the game.
Well, potentially, assuming the field goal is made and there's no fake or something, Colin.
He was 4 for 4 last week. Tarkington overall is 11 of 11, the only one with a perfect field goal make percentage. And that will continue as this one's good from 42, and Baltimore takes a 3-0 lead.
The streak continues, and the Glory have to be kind of happy. The Vulture offense had them surprised on a few different plays, but they end up holding them to a field goal. Not a bad start.
Drive summary. 11 plays, 48 yards, 42-yard field goal made. Most of it through the air. Kickoff from Tarkington is deep and fielded. Yard coming out of his own end zone. And returned up to the 27 is Greg Soto. Let's introduce you to the Lone Star Glory. Ace Finnick is the quarterback, number 12. Ike McBride. Mateo Privado is the fullback, a rookie. Wide receivers, Ziggy Horonik, Greg Soto, who doubles as the team's offensive coordinator. Ace's brother, Deuce Finnick. Wide receiver, Dave Axis. Tight end is Adam Williams, and center is number 75, Raylan Caudell. You see the numbers for Finnick on the bottom of your screen. Pretty impressive numbers as Ace drops this off for a pickup of 6 to Soto.
If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy.
We'll introduce you to the Baltimore defense after this play. As Ace Finnick back to throw again. Fires out route to Soto. Good for a first down to the 42. And now here's that Baltimore defense. Defensive ends, Joe Duncan and Al Walker. Nate Brown and Sir Ron Yates the fourth are the defensive tackles. Linebackers, Frank Smith, Elvin Mack, and Devin King. Enzo Bolt, the rookie, along with Marvin Himes, Ben Sackenpaper, and the undrafted free agent rookie Elijah Warfield are the corners. Free safety is Giovanni Bolt. Strong safety is Troy Loshaw. Ike McBride picks up 8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2.
A lot of good effort by McBride. They kind of had him stymied.
Her,
Short of the, just past the line of scrimmage. Ends up turning that into a decent gain.
McBride just inside the top 10 in terms of rushing touchdowns with 6 and averages 5.5 yards to carry. Gets the carry here and she'll lose yardage back to the 45. Al Walker, who's Baltimore's leading sacker with 3.5 coming in, also has 8 tackles for loss, records his 9th on the year there. 3rd and 7 for Lone Star.
She can't be happy with that. Somebody didn't sustain their block.
Here's Finnick, drops to throw, fires over the middle. What a catch for the first down. Soto, his 3rd of the drive, and he now has 33 yards.
And most of the yards so far on this possession.
That's a great diving catch on the extension with Giovanni Bolt, who's a couple interceptions away from the 70 interception club, which would put him in a club that includes Las Vegas Fury safety man Max Jackson.
Wow.
4 wide receivers, trips to the top of your screen. Ace with a 7-step drop will fire a curl route, and his brother went backwards and he ended up losing a yard. If he just stuck his forward progress, oh no, Sir Ron Yates is on the ground injured.
Uh-oh.
This doesn't look too good.
The look of concern from the sideline. Yeah,
Hey.
what was trying to make
He trying to make the tackle, and it looks like he just got caught up in a wash.
and the receiver busy running the wrong way, trying to turn
Thank
something into nothing.
goodness Thomas Paternitti is a doctor, so he can get an instant medical opinion from one of Baltimore's co-owners.
Is there a doctor in the house? Yes.
Here's
Uh-oh.
McBride, breaks a tackle, and she will pick up 9 yards to set up a 3rd and 1.
So close to a first down, but they mark short.
This is on the Baltimore 27. And 4 to glory on 3rd down.
Yes.
They are a really good 3rd down. They are not a good 3rd down team. They're 22nd with 45% converted on 3rd down. Baltimore only allows 48%. This 3rd and 1, though, is pretty easy, and up to the 25 goes McBride for the first down.
Well, we're about to tick under 4 minutes, in this quarter count, and this is only the second possession, one for each team.
Ace fires, first down,
Wow.
completion.
What was that little sidearm, little drop down?
Adam Williams, the tight end, on the grab. Ball on the Baltimore 14 now. Split backs. Could be a far and near formation, but there are 2 backs in the backfield. Here's to get to McBride. Up the middle she goes and pick up 5.
Just a straight ahead play. Little eye candy from the formation. But nothing fancy there.
Nothing fancy indeed. There's a look at the drive. This will be play number 11. It covered 64 yards so far. The drive that started on the glory zone, 27, and it will end in the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
And go from ace to deuce for the TD.
1-2. Nicely done. Lone Star answers with a drive of their own, taking it to the house. We'll get a summary in a minute, but that first Baltimore drive consumed over 10 minutes. This one, much more efficient with the clock.
And James Stroll, the only man in the SFL not to wear even a single bar across his helmet.
It's a tough one. Uh-oh.
Well, kicked the extra point up and through. 2:51 left to go in the first quarter. 7-3, the glory in front.
Well, that's very interesting to the Rick meter, especially given the respect that everybody has for Baltimore's offense. But Lone Star defense does a serviceable job, and their offense sparks up for a touchdown.
Serviceable indeed. Has Bolt on the return, and Giovanni Bolt gets tackled at the 26.
He's fast and fearless. He just ran straight ahead.
For those of you who may have just tuned in, Saron Yates IV got injured trying to make a tackle on a wide receiver who came all the way back behind the line of scrimmage after catching the ball on the Glory's first offensive possession.
We don't have a medical report yet on him, do we?
No, we do not, but we'll keep our eye out for one. Here's to get to Hazard. Hazard breaks the tackle. Jimmy Hazard's in the open field, breaks another one. Bard trying to run him down, will not get him. And Jimmy Hazard will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. What an explosion.
Holy smoke. You know, you're playing with fire when you're playing with Baltimore, and that's one of the reasons why. And look at 94. Who's 94, Colin?
That's our buddy Yogi Barr.
Yogi Barr had a shot right there and kind of runs out of gas.
74 yards to the house.
Wow.
And now gives him 64 yards.
Well, the Rick meter staff almost choked on their Pop-Tarts, as that was an unexpected burst out of Baltimore.
See the numbers for Hazard. Only appears to be his fourth rushing touchdown of the year, and now it's 10-7, just like that.
Wow. Well, the Rick meter finds this all very interesting, wants to see another possession here by Lone Star, see what their response can be.
Here's the kickoff, fielded by Soto, and Greg Soto running ahead of his blockers, manages to find a path to get to the 27.
Kind of squirted out of that little scrum, didn't he?
Last time these two teams met in the quarterfinal playoffs of season 16, Baltimore beat Lone Star 66-40, most points scored in the history of the Vultures franchise.
That's right. Benjamin game right there. Right chair.
Offsides, we got a free play as McBride takes the carry, and she will get tackled after about a 2 or 3 yard pickup. We'll see who the guilty party was. They'll probably take the penalty.
There's our buddy R62 with the indication.
Penalty called on Joe Duncan trying to get a head start. Duncan acquired via free agency, previously spent time with the San Diego Mavericks. Before that, I believe, was with London.
The Kniggets?
Yes.
where he developed a hobby working with shrubbery.
Get to McBride up the middle, and she will gain 3 yards. See the comparison there. Not right now, not that much thanks to that one big run.
Yes, 70-some yards. That'll get you. Get your averages looking pretty smart.
Smart indeed. Throw out to Soto's good for a first down to the 41. Just a little simple pitch and catch there.
That's right. Brings up another set of downs, and getting kind of in a rhythm and staying on schedule is real important, especially when you're the underdog in the game like Lone Star is.
Here's the get to McBride again, and she finds a little crease. They'll give her a yard.
A yard.
And Saran Yates, he has cramps, so we may see him back in this ball game.
Wow, cramps. That's cramps so early in the game too. It's how would you describe the weather here, Colin? Today?
It's a bit gloomy. It's 40 degrees here in Denton.
Yeah.
It feels colder than
Yes,
that.
cramps are weird. He may have entered the game dehydrated, right?
Here's a throw to McBride out of the backfield. She's wide open, and down the field she goes into Baltimore territory, knocked down at the 38.
Well, that's an excellent changeup from the Glory offense. Another look at it here.
She was just running wide open and free down the field.
Yeah, nobody, just like the Spanish Inquisition, nobody expected McBride to be out there in the flat. Sort of a shallow wheel route, should we say? I'm not sure what we would call that. Sort of runs into an open area. Of course, just like the Spanish Inquisition, the Lone Star Glory deploy a diverse weaponry.
Offset I formation, tight end flexed out. And they'll try to run the shovel, but it's knocked down by the men in white shirts, led by number 70 there, Mutombo. And he's celebrating. Incomplete, second out.
The Lone Star obviously need to respond, maybe not quite in field goal range yet.
Second in QBR is Finnick with 106.3 coming in. He's back to throw. Throws almost an interception to Elvin Mack, who had it in his hands, and then he just flat out dropped the ball.
It looked like he caught it, looked at it, and then dropped it. They'll get another shot at it here. Watch. I got it. Oh,
And then he realizes it's on the ground, but the whistle already blew.
I was hoping maybe he could call a fumble. Fumble.
Let's see the numbers for Ace. That's his first incompletion. Or no, second incompletion. He's 8 of 10 now. 79 yards. And a touchdown. Thank you to the statisticians for keeping track of the facts and figures. Here's Ace, fires down the field. Oh, he missed Soto. Soto had it in his hands, but Giovanni Bull had other ideas. It'll be 4th and 10 from the Baltimore 38. And it looks like L.A. Stitz, the rookie punter, will come on the field for his first punt.
Might have gotten a little greedy there. It looked like there was a couple of intermediate routes that may have been open still that would have produced the first down, but goes for more of the home run ball. And they're forced to punt.
Low snap. Stitz gets this in the air.
Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
and it just rolls into the end zone for a touchdown. As we approach the end of the first quarter, Baltimore leads 10-7. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports, presented by APM Music. It's the start of the second quarter here at Medal of Honor Field in Denton, Texas. And the hometown glory down by 3 to the undefeated Baltimore Vultures, 10-7. Rick Northrup, Colin Northrup, your commentators for this game. Jimmy Hazard grabbed that pass on the backfield, pick up 2 yards to the 22.
Welcome to the Next Level Sports double header. Kicking it off here with what's so far been a pretty competitive game. As Lone Star keeping up fairly well with Baltimore, but Baltimore's got the ball and wants to get on the move again.
There's a swing out to Hazard. Picks up, they're going to call it to the 25, so 3 more yards to set up a 3rd and 5. Third downs have been kind for Baltimore today. Let's see what they do here. 3rd and 5 from their own 25. Wigmore back to throw. Fires! Ooh! That's almost intercepted by Albert Begin. He almost had interception number 8.
Begin had good position and read that play real well.
And for Wigmore, he's only thrown what is the 3rd fewest interception in the league with 6. He almost had number 7 there. And it'll be a punt from the rookie Sam Shepard. Shepard gets this away. Fielded by Soto, and Soto returns it to the Lone Star 44.
Well, this should be interesting. Great field position for Lone Star. And Fennick started off, I believe, 8 for 8, Colin, and then misfired on 3 straight passes to end that last possession.
Yeah, his last 3 passes he's missed after coming out to such a blistering start. Dave Axis doesn't even have a target, let alone a reception. Let's see if they try to get the man they call the Diva more involved here. They'll start with McBride, and McBride will pick up 4.
It's a good run around left end. Brings up, they gave her 5, so brings up 2nd and 5.
29 yards on 8 carries for McBride. 2nd and 5. Here's the good to McBride again, following her blockers, and Ike picks up the 1st down at the Baltimore 45.
Yep.
2 straight runs to start the drive, Rick.
And you called it. Very patient run right there by McBride. Kind of looking, okay, I can go over here. Yeah. Got myself a 1st down.
I tell you what, he may not have any catches, but great block downfield by Dave Axis on the defensive back there.
You've been mildly worried about Axis, but he's contributing in other ways besides catching the pigskin.
Speaking of catching the pigskin, that 1 catch by McBride went for 20 yards, according to our statisticians. Here's Ace will go down. Sack time. It's a loss of 3. And look who it is. It's Joe Duncan.
All right. You know it and I know it. Short drop means a short clock. And just hangs on to it too long. If it's not there, you got to throw it away.
And now puts him in 3.5 sacks. Here's the throw down the field, caught by Ziggy Horonic for the 1st down at the Baltimore 28. His 1st catch of the game.
Ziggy Stardust, yes.
What a catch.
What's Ziggy's stats coming into the game? Do we have that?
We do. Ziggy has 13 grabs for 202 yards, only 1 touchdown.
Don't look now. We were paying attention to the stats.
Like McBride almost picks up 10 yards.
I know. By the way, Denver the service dog did make the trip with us down to Texas. He's a little rowdy today. He might You might hear him in the background at some point, would be my guess. Second and inches.
Ball on the Baltimore 18. And McBride on the carry breaks the tackle and will get yardage to the 6 for the first down. It'll be first and goal.
First and goal, everybody. First and goal. Well, Lone Star is using their own mix of the run and passing game here, Colin, to some success as they're on the doorstep.
Here's the get to McBride, and she is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Not fooling Baltimore on that. They were ready for that run up the gut.
Indeed, they were. Second and goal from the 6. Here's the get to McBride again, and she'll lose 3 yards back to the 9.
Okay.
Alvin Mack on the TFL.
I mean, armchair quarterbacking is always pretty accurate, but seems like they might have wanted to mix in one pass play with one run play here.
8 plays, 46-yard drive so far. This is play number 9.
Now everybody knows this will be a pass play.
5 wide out in the pattern. Ace to the end zone. Touchdown to Deuce again. His second.
Making it look easy, Colin. Number 1 to number 2. Ace to Deuce.
And the fans here in Denton getting a little excited as their Glory are up now by 3 points pending the extra point.
Yeah, lead halfway through the second. A little over halfway through the second for the hometown Heroes. We're waiting.
6:07 to go in the first half, and the extra point by James Troll is up and good, so it's now a 4-point lead.
Well, I haven't done any Baltimore games yet this year, but I'm trying to remember how often Baltimore has been trailing in terms of minutes. How many minutes has Baltimore been behind so far this season? Can't be many.
Here's Bolt on the return, and Giovanni Bolt will get out to the 28. Lone Star Glory, all 9.5-point underdogs at home. And so far, the Dogs, the rare home underdog, holding their own. Here's Jimmy Hazard.
SFL Crunch Time and Road to Glory every Wednesday night. SFL Nights with AJ Stryker premieres Thursday nights. Say it with your chest, airs Fridays, and any TMA NETMA can be seen all week long at 6 p.m. in the East. Every week the live show schedule can be accessed through our Discord server at the top of the channel listing. Just look for the events tab.
Good stuff indeed, always wonderful stuff from our community. Jimmy Hazard tackled for a 1-yard gain after catching the swing pass out of the backfield. This is a 3rd and 4 from the 34 for Baltimore, down by 4. And Lloyd Graham Jr. is wide open over the middle for the first down. What a catch there.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here stunned. That was a really nice play. as Baltimore needs to have a little bit of urgency, in my opinion, to matriculate down the field and try and put some more points on the board before the end of the quarter without giving the ball back to Lone Star Glory with much time.
This is a drop. It's incomplete. Nate Hall forced that incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And, of course, Baltimore's going to have to kick to the Lone Star Glory to start the second half, Colin. Let's not forget that little fact.
That's an important little tidbit there, Rick.
That's why they call me, I don't know what they call me.
This is out of bounds, caught by Mac Chima. First time we've heard from him in a while, and it sets up another 3rd and 4. This time at the Glory 49.
Well, Glory licking their chops on D, looking to get a stop right here. Hand the ball back to their fairly successful offense.
No doubt about that. 3rd and 4 from the 49 of Lone Star. Wigmore, 3-step drop over the middle, complete to Chima for the first down. Well into Glory territory, this time at the 27.
Well, that's not the result Lone Star wanted, but if you're Baltimore, pretty happy with that. It was looking like this drive might stall in punting territory. Now you're kind of in field goal territory, even if you can't get another first down.
1st and 10 at the 27. 5 wide for Baltimore. Here's Wigmore back to throw.
Oh.
Down he goes in a heap all the way back at the 33, lost to 6. What a ferocious tackle on the play by the defensive tackle, number 92, Tina Begin.
Man, just jumped on him. More of a pancake than a tackle.
Jack Wigmore last game threw for 205 yards, was 23 of 31. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but his team still won thanks to clutch defense. Wigmore, he almost threw an interception. He tried to fit that ball into Chima, but there were 2 blue-shirted defenders right there in the area. Mickey McGuire almost had himself an interception.
Wow, indeed. A couple of good looks at it here. Gets beat on the break, but runs to the ball first.
We have a 3rd and 16 from the 33. They're on the fringes of field goal range, so the Shark Tarkington does have a big leg. They probably can't afford to lose any more yardage.
Yeah, this is about a 51-yarder from here if they don't first down.
And the throw, they're going for the whole bundle and they get it. All the way down to the 4-yard line is Mac Chima, his 5th grab on 7 targets today. Only 1st and goal from the Glory 4-yard line.
Well, you need a big play. I got a big play right there.
Just go to corner and Mickey McGuire trying to go for the slot. Smart play, but he was unable to catch up to it.
Kind of got flat-footed just for a second, allowed for some separation. And in between the defenders, Wigmore drops the dime.
And Wigmore off the hazard, gets a great block on the edge there from Ivory Urban and scores the Baltimore touchdown. It's 2nd of the day.
Just a well-blocked play and some patience there. Just looking, beats him to the edge, basically. That was interesting.
And the man that his teammates call Duke is in the end zone. Jimmy Hazard today, 6 carries, 73 yards, with 2 touchdowns. Remember, he had those negative carries to start out with, and then he exploded for 74 yards.
Yeah, that seemed to sort of knock the rust off.
As the offense puts it in the end zone with 2:35 left to go in the first half.
So Baltimore retakes the lead, 17-14 here.
Well, if you betted the over, your bet's looking pretty good right now.
Right now, yeah. At 31, still in the first half.
Here's Soto on the return up to the 22-yard line is where they'll mark him.
Well, the Lone Star can do one of your favorite things, Colin, here at the end of the first half.
The double dip.
Yes. Score before halftime and then receive the kick. Start the second half with another opportunity to put some points on the board.
That was a 4-yard rushing touchdown to cap off a 10-play, 72-yard drive by Baltimore. This Lone Star drive will start off with a McBride carry out to only to 23, Troy Loshaw and on the tackle.
Maybe they thought they were going to catch them napping or in more of a deep prevent or something, but now they're behind the sticks.
Fifth tackle for Loshaw.
Will they get this off before the 2-minuter?
5 tackles for Loshaw last game, had an interception. And McBride is stopped on the line of scrimmage again. The Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Baltimore in front, 17-14. Welcome back to Denton, Texas. The Lone Star Glory now find themselves trailing by a field goal, facing a 3rd and 11. Ace Finnick will throw an out route, and that'll be well short of the sticks. Need 11, got about 6 yards. It'll be 4th and 5.
Got an integer smaller than 11. It's a different game.
LA sights on for his second punt of the game, and it is away. Giovanni Bolt on the return up to the 35-yard line.
Hey, coming up on the 8 p.m. Music Halftime Report, Colin, get to know our guest studio. Vancouver wide receiver Brett Killian, plus Cameron Irvine and Killian update you on the action going on near the Gateway Arch between the Arizona Scorpions and the St. Louis Gladiators. Part of our bonus coverage here today on Next Level Sports. It's all coming up on the 8 p.m. Music Halftime Report.
Empty backfield for Baltimore. They go 5 wide. They have all 3 timeouts, 1:45 to go. Throw down the middle. Ivory Urban with a diving catch as he falls back into Lone Star territory at the 48.
Good job to hang on to that one.
Clock is running. There's the shot of Urban. He's been plenty busy. That was a 17-yard pickup on that pass. And for Urban, he now has 28 yards on 3 receptions. He'll try a run play with Hazard. He gets 3 yards, but they're stuck in a hurry up in a 3 tight end formation.
Just before I could say, more hurry up, please. They need to throw it.
They call a timeout. 3rd and 7 as Hazard loses a yard on the play. Yogi Barr in on the tackle. Oh, man. Not the formation you want to be stuck in there, Rick.
No, indeed. But like I said, they send your tight ends out in a pattern. Cross them up a little bit.
Here's McMahon under center.
Looking for something big.
Slant over the middle. Lloyd Graham Jr. dropped the ball. Or was it J. Mart on the deflection? Either way, Baltimore will be forced to punt with 57 seconds left. As on the field comes Sam Shepard.
Oh, we're going to get 3 possessions in the last 2.5 minutes of the quarter here, Colin.
After the first quarter went by so fast, the second quarter's been a bit slow.
Slow down a little bit, yeah. Well, Baltimore's first possession chewed up over 10 minutes of clock.
Here's Shepard's punt. And this will be inside the 5 at the 1.
Oh, my. Good special teams play is always on order. By the way, the Rick Meter staff has been very confused by this game. We're not expecting what we have. It's been very entertaining, and Lone Star is looking pretty tough. So we're going to go into halftime neutral. Rick Meter's going to be neutral here going into halftime. The very rare halftime neutral. Uh-oh.
Offside, we got a free play as McBride explodes up the middle out of the end zone. Past the 5 to about the 6. See what they do here.
They should take it and give up the yard to get the extra down.
And they will do exactly just that. Nate Brown called for the infraction, number 76. So just like that, one bad penalty wipes away a great special teams play.
Well, it gets them out to the 6 maybe. Let's see. 5.5.
I think they're going to call that
still a good special
just
teams
about
play.
the 6.
Yeah.
In route over the middle, Axis dropped it.
Oh, no.
Dave Axis,
Yeah,
his
boy.
first target of the game, and the man they call the diva drops the ball.
Yeah, boy, there has it thrown right to him. Unable to secure the catch. Brings up 2nd and 5.
With 42 seconds left. All 3 timeouts still remaining for both teams. Press coverage from Baltimore. Blitz being shown on the weak side. Ace fires to where the blitz was coming from, and it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 8. And the Glory appeared to not be interested to stop the clock.
Hey, Jack Wall, see you in the chat. Thanks for the shout out.
Hey.
We're glad everybody's along for the ride today. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage live on national television, folks. Here's the drop back. Completes this one to Axis this time as he stiff arms. I believe that was Ben stacking paper out of bounds at the 16 with 9 seconds left.
Axis maybe taking out a little bit of his frustrations at not being targeted and then dropping the first one that comes his way as he aggressively stiff arms the defender.
That was good for 8 yards. As you see the numbers for Axis, uncharacteristically quiet. As 4 wide is now out for the glory. Dump over the middle of McBride. She's going the wrong way back to the 12, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. Oh my goodness. 17-14, Baltimore front over Lone Star. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports.
Welcome to the SFL Halftime Report alongside Brett Killian. I'm Cameron Irvine. 17-14. Baltimore has the lead over Lone Star. Could have been a lot worse, Brett. That drop by Lloyd Graham Jr. down the stretch was big.
Yeah, and for Baltimore, it's been just big plays for them. The 74-yard Jimmy Hazard run. Jack Whitmore has been playing incredibly safe throughout this first half, while Lone Star has been, I would say, dominating this time of possession. So I think for Lone Star right now, they're in the positives, and I think they have more momentum than a lot of people think going into the second half.
They've got to feel pretty good about how they defended Hazard, knowing that the 2 touchdowns are really the only 2 runs that he's had that's been successful. If they can shore that up, Lone Star's in position to pull the upset. Well, Brett, you're taking over for Mike St. Green. He's on some boat somewhere. He always he can't seem to get off those cruises, man. He's always that's what divas do, right? You can relate as a wide receiver in this league.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really go for boat rides or anything like that, considering that I can't swim of any sort. My mom never gave me any swimming lessons growing up or anything like that. That was all my sister for some reason. But if boating and swimming is what Mike St. Green loves to do, I like to be play-by-play man for SFL football games, if you like to say.
I can't ride a bike, so you're not alone in these things that we just never learned. So, Brett, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been in the league forever. You are less than 50 yards away from becoming third all-time in receiving yards in SFL history. Hall of Fame coming your way, I'm sure, at some point. But, I mean, how long ago did you find us? It's just been forever, Brett.
God, you're making me feel old, despite I'm only turning 26 next month.
Happy birthday early.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, it's surprisingly enough, I simply found the SFL through a Google search. I when I was growing up through high school and stuff like that, I joined many various different kinds of like armchair GM leagues and whatever I can find, and it led to, I just searched up simulation football, and it was like the fourth or fifth result that I found. And then I joined up on back in the Slacker days, I believe it was called, back in those chat room days. And
Yeah.
It was like everyone welcomed me with open arms. And I was like, hell yeah, I can stay here for the 5 years that it's been now.
Wow, 5 years. Well, we're certainly happy to have you, and you've spent your entire career in Vancouver. Y'all are off to a really good start this season. What's Andy Hamilton like? What's the locker room like? And why have you stayed so long?
The one word that I can come up with is family. Andy, first person who reached to me through the SFL and everything like that, talked about like plans and everything like that. Actually, I wanted to start up as a tight end, surprisingly enough, and Andy convinced me, hey, I want you as our wide receiver 3. I think we can make a big impact in our inaugural season. And I was like, and he convinced me, and lo and behold, here I am 10 seasons later. I've been captain of it. I've been leading the locker room for, I feel like, what seems to be 6 of those 10 seasons. I've seen the ups and downs of this franchise, and it's very much a family mentality. And Andy recruits guys that are very much like me, like Tom Pepper, like Robert Redford, like the entire defense. Everyone just has that family mentality, and we support each other through and through.
You're still chasing a championship. Vancouver's chasing their first title, celebrating their 10th anniversary season. It feels like they're closer than ever before, and this is ultimately maybe something you want, Brett. How about the Baltimore Vultures rings? They're shipping out this weekend. Tim Johnston, Thomas Paterniti do such a great job running that organization. You could see 2-time SFL champions on the left and the right with the 2 trophies and the seasons they won them. Within those trophies, on the side, you've got the name, the helmet with the player number. I mean, Brett, what do you think of this? Every time I see these teams with these rings, I just think, wow, I can't believe this league has gotten to that point. It is so cool.
Well, it makes me want to have, my own kind of ring, with blue and the nice V star in front of it, and kind of go with that one up. So it makes me more hungry to grab a title myself, and give it a what for to anyone who says to any Vancouver doubters that say, hey, you guys can't win past the quarterfinals. And you know what, I think this season is going to be a different season for Vancouver. I think we're gonna win it all, but it all depends on how the rest of the season goes. But I think those are fantastically lovely rings, and mine's coming pretty soon.
Arizona and St. Louis going on right now on the SFL's Twitch channel, and it's exactly what we bargained for. Arizona 6, St. Louis 3. St. Louis is number 1 in 5 team defensive rankings. Arizona is always a top 5 defense. They've just been duking it out here in the first half. Your impressions from what you've seen over in Missouri?
Yeah, it's just been defensive stands. Like the offensives are trying to do their jobs. They're going on these long drives and they're trying to get down the field, but they always seem to get stopped, and that's resulted in 3 field goals so far in this game. I feel like both quarterbacks, Ashley Jackson and Christian Brown, have been playing all right so far. They haven't, there hasn't been any negatives in their game so far. It's just the defenses have stepped up for both teams in this first half, which has resulted in a 6-3 game.
I feel like every drive they've crossed midfield. And both offenses are moving it, but if we get any excitement, we'll have game breaks for you throughout the day, and if time allows, we'll send you out to bonus coverage before we get into our second block. He's Brett. I'm Cam here at the SFL studios at the APM Music Halftime Desk. We'll see you back here for postgame, second half with Colin and Rick from Denton coming up after this. Welcome back here to start the second half. Colin Northrup and Rick Northrup will be back in just a moment. Some technical difficulties with their connection. Cameron Irvine here back at the SFL studios. 17-14, Baltimore leads Lone Star. We are underway here in the second half. Greg Soto on a return, out past the 20-yard line up to the 24. That's where Lone Star will start with it. Your first half stats, team stats from earlier in the ball game. Baltimore with 219 total yards of offense, 177 for Lone Star. Those two big runs for Jimmy Hazard have the touchdowns. Those are the only touchdowns of the game. Jack Wigmore does not have a touchdown pass in the last 6 quarters of play. Baltimore still undefeated. 1 sack in the game. It belongs to Lone Star as that pass is knocked away by Ben Stackenpaper. Dave Axis, just 1 reception on 2 targets, has struggled to get going here. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Baltimore 5-0 defending champions, in case you don't know. Brett mentioned it in the pregame about their win streak, just 1 loss in the last 20 games. That was to the London Knights back the last week of last season's regular season. They got revenge in week 1 on their division rival. That pass outside, caught by Axis. He's able to turn the corner to the 36-yard line. And Fennec now 15 of 20 for a $131. It's another Lone Star first down. Lone Star at 3-2. They lost last week in overtime to Mexico City. Mexico City got pummeled by Baltimore just a couple of weeks ago, but the SFL is all about matchups. And Lone Star certainly holding their own today. Baltimore was up 16-3 at the break on Queen City last week. Had to hold on and win that game 26-20. Fennec changes the play. Will fire it outside to Soto. And he spins away from 1 tackle, then gets hit by Alvin Mack towards the out-of-bound line. They're going to credit him for 9. It's a generous spot. Bring up 2nd down and 1 from the 44. Arizona's in the red zone. We'll have updates for you if anything exciting happens there. That game's in the second quarter. You can watch on our SFL Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SimulationFL. Part of our bonus coverage today here on Next Level Sports. Ike McBride takes the handoff. She's got a lot of space. 45-40. Got a block downfield. 30. Past the 25. Breaks a tackle. Ike McBride down to the 16-yard line. Provido on the outside, the fullback with a key block. And Lone Star is in the red zone here to start the second half. I want to bring in Brett here. There was nobody for the fullback to block, and he went all the way down the field and blocked the safety, Giovanni Bolt. Brett, you there?
Yeah, I was just in the middle of eating Oreo cookie while watching that run.
Well, I guess I should have, I guess I could have seen that if I would have had you up on camera. Williams with the incompletion. But Provido, I couldn't believe it. I saw the fullback about 30 yards down the field because he had no one to block until he got to Bolt.
You know, these fullbacks in the league have some unsuspecting speed out of them, and one of the fullbacks' jobs is to block your running back and make sure that they get extra yards, and that was a huge job from him.
Marvin Himes with that pass deflection, and you may have seen that Sir Ron Yates is back in the game. He went out in the first quarter with some cramping issues very early in this chilly day here in Denton. It's kind of odd, but he is back in the ball game. And Fennec now in the red zone hits Williams. Lost the that last pass, but catches this one for a gain of 7. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Last week, he was a beast, Brett. 6 catches, 91 yards. They were all pretty big, and a touchdown.
Yeah, and he's the first receiver on that check down pass completion not to go backwards on that play. So good on him.
Fennec has his pass knocked down. They tried that shovel again, and that was on the deflection, Frank Smith. That'll bring up a 4th down, and James Troll's going to have to kick this one to tie the football game.
Yeah, that shovel pass is just not working. It seems like the defensive line is just swarming him enough, and then when you have the blitz happen, the shovel pass is just not working, and perhaps not going for it on third down is maybe change up the game plan there.
James Troll, 4th season, 74 of 81 kicking. Spent a lot of time in Queen City. Albert Begin came over, and James Troll was a part of that Queen City transition over to Lone Star for a couple players. Queen City's got a pretty big Texas tree, Brett. You got the Fort Worth boys that went over to from Queen City, and then a couple of former Queen City Corsairs here in Lone Star as well.
Yeah, the Queen City exodus heading down to Texas, not a bad idea, going from the cold of Buffalo to the warmth of Texas.
Giovanni Bolt from the 1-yard line. Gets it out to the 25. Bolt's been really quiet this season in the kick return game. It's been kind of that one missing piece that Baltimore has not had, despite the great 5-0 start.
Yeah, and even then, they're still 5-0 out of this so far, so I don't think we're all too worried about the kick return or punt return game from Giovanni Bolt, and they're just going to continue just rolling where they are right now.
It should worry it should worry everybody else, because that means he's due. 1st and 10 at the 25, and that's the last thing you need when you're playing the defending champs. Hazard on the carry. Picks up 1. Hasn't done much. You see 5 yards on all the rest of his carries. 73 on the long touchdown run. Freddie Trammell on the tackle.
A lot of negative yard runs from Jimmy Hazard, especially in that first half. His defensive line has been very much keying in on Jimmy Hazard, especially after last week's game where he got a $116, and he's trying to stop him here today.
Hand off to the fullback. That's T-Roy Gaines' first carry of the day. It's nothing. 3rd down and 9. Dropped quickly by Tina Begin. And actually Yogi Barr on that stop. With 8:10 to go in the third. Critical 3rd down and 9 here for Baltimore. The Vultures today, 4 for 7 on 3rd down, just like Lone Star. And Wigmore is flinging it deep, and it is caught by Irvin. How does he make that grab over the top of the defense?
Split the catch between Albert Begin and Bo Martin Jr. Ivory Irvin has been the big play guy for Baltimore this season, and he splits himself between 2 defenders and grabs an amazing one.
Right over Eddie Lacy, and Colin Northrup and Rick Northrup are back with us. We'll send you back to them, and Brett and I are back to the studio. Take it away, Colin.
Oh, sorry about that, folks. I don't know what happened.
Thank you, Cam. We had some technical difficulties, and
As
just
Jimmy
in time.
Hazard spins ahead to the Lone Star 37. Mike McBride, she set off a 40-yard run earlier. And it was halftime score of 17-14, and now we're all tied at 17.
We may have actually spilled a Mountain Dew on the control panel, and that futzed up the connection. But sorry about that. Cam, thank you for covering for Colin and I. As we've got an exciting tie game, prescient by there's your vocabulary word, by the Rick meter, which was neutral at halftime.
John Michael Suddeth on the reception, out to the 28-yard line of Lone Star, picks up 9. We have a 2nd down and 1. Two tight ends, strong eye. Here's to get the Hazard. Oh, he tried to follow the pulling guard, but Bobo Connell had other ideas. He stops him in the backfield for a loss of 1.
That was Baltimore trying to answer back with Baltimore with the clap back. Am I right, my dudes? Hey, we haven't talked like we're hip texter people or social media people in a while yet, Colin.
Here's Wigmore on the outcut. There's Mac Chima.
Colin's writing me a note. No, don't do that.
He was wide open on the outcut. And lucky for Evan Lacey to run him down.
Exactly. That looked like it had scoring potential there for a moment, didn't it? The potentiometer was through the roof.
2 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom, 3 wide. Here they go to the single receiver side, and welcome to the ball, back to the ball game, Daly Holder.
Yeah. Haven't been on that number in a while.
Only his second grab. And that's good for 8 yards to the 9. It'll be 2nd and 2. Here is Wigmore over the middle, touchdown, Baltimore.
And back and forth we go.
Wide open over the middle.
Oh.
Ivory Irvin. They just let him go. And there he was in the end zone. Touchdown.
Got him, and then we let him go. Who was that? I don't see him on the roster. Was it Nate Hall? The safety? Got blocked. A little bit of a pick, but nothing to get excited about, and just stood there.
Shuck Tarkington on for the extra point with 5:03 to go in the third. So after the glory, Zach on a 25-yard field goal on his 8-play, 68-yard drive to start the first half. Baltimore comes back with a 9-play, 76-yard drive and punches a touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
Oh, man, and here comes the obvious color guy comment, Colin. You can't be trading field goals for touchdowns.
Shark Tarkington kicks that off deep. Greg Soto on the return, and he gets tackled at the 26. Let's go to the SFL desk for a game break. Cam, what do you got?
Thanks, Colin. Brett, we got some action going on in St. Louis.
It only took a little while, but Ashley Jackson finally gets this offense going. A nice Ryan Owens catch, 7-yarder touchdown. Finally getting the 6 points on the board for Arizona here.
13-10, and then Cairo Martinez added a touchdown. 3-point game in St. Louis. Back to Colin and Rick.
Oh, wildness going on. While that game break was being delivered, Ben Stacking Paper almost had that interception. And Dave Axis has to be shaking his head, wondering, how did I not come away with that one? 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. 4:52 to go in the third. And the throw down the middle this time is intercepted. Intercepted by Giovanni Bolt. And that's interception number 69 on the career for Bolt.
Hey, as exciting as that is, how about this, Colin? Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions, plus articles from our content team, including Power Rankings, What We Learned, The Read Option, and Talent Factory's feature series. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Got it.
Giovanni Bolt, look at those numbers. He's top 30 in tackles.
Yes.
And he has 77 pass deflections, and now he has 69 interceptions. He's one away from 70.
Wow.
His third all-time as it is coming in.
How many seasons in the league? Do we know that?
He's been in the league 9 years. He's had 8 seasons with Baltimore, been a 6-time All-Star. Number 7 in interceptions for touchdowns with 4.
Clearly one of the pillars of the league.
Here's Wigmore to throw, fires it out to Holder, who has it for the first down. Tackled at the 13 by Jay Mart, who's been awfully busy for the Glory. Declan O'Rourke and James Walters keeping us busy. And Mark, that is his third solo tackle for total.
Hey, he hold her onto that ball.
Oh, I see what you did there. Wigmore fires it out. Oh, tipped in the air.
A fortunate tip. Well played, because that was trouble.
Mickey McGuire got his big old paw on it, and that ex-Marine almost set it up for his teammates back there.
That was trouble.
Bogey Bar was back there, I believe, along with Hall. Second and 10 on the 13. There's Mac Chima.
Let's see what they've got cooked up here.
He's the leading receiver in terms of yards. He's 4 away from 100 for the day. He's 96. As the throw, the holder goes out to the 8-yard line.
Now they can get a first down without scoring, I believe, right, Colin?
They're at the 8, and they have 5 yards to go for the first down.
So the answer is
yes. The answer is yes. What is yes?
Yes.
3rd and 5. If you had Jeopardy reference on your broadcaster bingo board today, congratulations.
You can X that square off.
5 wide, Wigmore to the end zone.
Oh,
touchdown! Oh my goodness! Ivory Irvin with the toes. And the Vultures are now starting to assert themselves.
That's a thing of beauty right there. You have back-to-back scores.
Oh, with the both feet down.
Nice. By the way, I don't know why they call them dad jokes. To me, they're just jokes.
Shark Tuckington on for the extra point. As the extra point is up and good, you're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Baltimore leads 31-17. Welcome back to Denton, Texas and Medal of Honor Field. Lone Star Glory in a heap of trouble. They're going to have to mount up a charge down 31-17. They got a field goal on their last drive, but field goals aren't going to help them at this point, Rick. Down by a couple of scores now.
Yeah, that's right. They've got to put 7 on the board on the board as soon as they can. I mean, I know it sounds obvious, but you're right. If they're going to keep pace, if this game is already starting to get away from them, they got to put some more big points on the board right now.
The touchdown would be preferable to the field goal, obviously. And the throw! Oh, almost intercepted.
Back judge number 43 it looked like he was diving on that one. Once an athlete, always an athlete, I guess.
Lone Star, of course, threw an interception on their last drive, which didn't help matters.
Let's go. 2nd and 10 from 31 yards.
This drive starts with an incompletion, 2nd and 10. Throws complete out to Adam Williams. And the big tight end, number 86. That's his 3rd grab for 20 yards in today for Williams. So 3rd and 7. They're going to try to make the river run uphill.
Well, they better do it quick because the Rick meter's just coming in with a lean Baltimore. Rick meter sticking its neck out at this point. Joke.
There's the throw. Complete to Williams on the slant. It's good for a 1st down.
There we go.
That's always helpful. This game was tight going into halftime, only a 3-point deficit, but the Vultures have stretched it out to a couple score lead here.
Yeah.
Corey trying to reel it back in.
14-point lead late, getting in the stale point of the 3rd quarter.
Gun straight with 4 wide receivers. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. And here they go. Everybody on the field. And oh, Ben Second Paper almost had that.
The SFL continues spotlighting games in their own time slot Monday, February 28th. With London versus Houston next week's special feature, you'll see SFL action from a whole new perspective as we give you an all-new and unique camera angle to see how all the action unfolds. Visit simulationfl.net for complete Monday night special schedule and details.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see the game from all new point of view. Throw down the field, Ziggy Horonic with a diving catch out to the Baltimore 39.
Ziggy says, let's have a whole new point of view for our offense. He lays out and makes a tough grab. Another look at it as he crosses behind. Nicely done. So the Glory in much better position, Colin, to think about putting 7 on the board as they cross midfield now.
Better indeed. As they're now on the Vulture 39. Here's to get to McBride, and McBride will actually lose the yard. Second and 11. 4. There's a look at Frank Smith. And this play will be a pass to McBride. Stiff arms one defender, gets tackled by another at the 39. Let's go to Cameron Irvine for a game break.
Thanks, Colin. Offense is opening up in St. Louis, Brett.
Yeah, and Garrett Winkler gave too much space to Connor Weston there. 76 yards as he goes down the field. Just way too much space for him. Just runs it down. And Arizona's starting to open up this lead here, trying to get the momentum on their side.
Arizona's up 10, and Lone Stars facing a decision on 4th down. Back to Colin and Rick in Texas.
Well, that time Dave Axis caught the pass, but it was well short of the sticks.
Colin's a little stunned, still was screaming no during that whole game break. For those who don't know, Colin seems to be involved with the St. Louis team. I'm guessing.
Yes, as the punt is away. And it'll be down inside the 5. No, right at the 5. Albert begin able to knock that down before it's able to get to the end zone. And Baltimore will be backed up. Oh, they'll mark it at the 6, actually. Correction.
Yeah, I believe he touched it while it was bouncing around down there, so they'll mark it at the point where he touched the ball in the field of play.
Line up with 3 tight ends and a fullback all on the line. Single back is Hazard. They'll swing it out to Jimmy.
Ooh!
He's in trouble back there, and he gets tackled at the 4-yard line. Mickey McGuire says no, sir, and that'll go down as a loss of 2.
Yeah, the closing speed on that, he was pretty easy catch, pretty undisturbed catch radius there, but gets tackled for a loss. The tackle, the Mike Mayock tackle.
Nearly interception.
Sorry.
Mickey McGuire almost had that one as that pass was intended for Daly Holden.
Oh man, sorry for screaming in everybody's ear. That was a sure 6. Oh my goodness. Cue the explosion in the chat.
3rd and 12 from the 4. And oh my goodness. Wigmore hit as he throws incomplete. So the Glory holds serve and will set up their offense with premium field position.
Yeah. The Glory defense rises to the level of the special teams, stymies them here in the shadow of their own goal line. His heels on the end line.
He gets this away.
Uh-oh.
Glory going to get it on the other side of 50 at the Baltimore 34. We reach the end of the 3rd quarter. Baltimore in front 31-17. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Welcome to the start of the 4th quarter. Glory down a couple scores, 31-17. But they had the ball on the Vulture 34 following some great work by their defense and special teams units. Here's the give off to McBride. He stopped after a pickup of 1.
Yeah, gets stymied at the line. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, Colin, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
McBride loses yardage back to the 35. Frank Smith on the TFL. And the Glory are stuck in a 3rd and long situation.
It's another 3rd down. Is it just me, or does anybody else get upset with the PA announcers announcing 3rd down in other leagues?
Here's the throw. Slant over the middle. First down.
They gave him the first. Nice.
Singing Horonic. Playing like a star.
Lone Star stays in business here, Colin. Oh, look at this. What do you have to go to the wide out on the right side of the formation, the single?
Here's the throw
No.
out to Adam Williams. Says that's a pickup of 8 yards.
Oh, they go with the drag underneath all of that little eye candy there to the tight end. I did not see that coming.
Don't see very many drag routes in the SFL. See them on Colt trains, but not so much SFL fields.
Oh, little railroad routes.
High formation. McBride dots the eye, gets the carry, and she gets the first down to the 13.
Oh, 1-2 punch there, tight end running back. Well, if they can get their touchdown here, Colin, there's a nice amount of time left in the 4th quarter. They have to settle for a field goal. Look out.
McBride breaks a tackle, and she gets down to the 7.
Uh-oh.
Stayed down for an extra beat and had my colleague over here really nervous.
Oh, no.
As you see the numbers for McBride, she's now up to 100 yards even on 21 carries. Had, of course, that long scamper of 40 on the very first drive to open this half. Here's Ace Finnick, turns, gives to McBride again. And McBride down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Clock moving, trying to get to that line to gain to get a fresh set of downs. It's like both the O and the D line, Colin, are selling out right here.
We got 4 wide receivers, 1 back McBride. They get to McBride. Little trap played in. Oh, they're not going to give it to her.
Are you kidding? Oh, no. Look for sure like it was going to be a legit first down.
She had to spend an extra half a beat peeking around her blockers. Is unable to get there, and we have the offense still on the field, and I don't blame them.
Will they snap it, or is it a staring contest?
He's trying to make a move. Play clock approaching under 5.
Not getting the jump.
And they call the timeout.
It might have been better to spend that timeout challenging the spot.
Head coach Albert Begin doesn't look too happy. But you're right. I don't know why he didn't throw the red hanky there.
Well, maybe they had a better look at it from upstairs. We didn't see a good angle to make a call, but the sense was that if nothing else, it was super close. Close.
And it'll be a field goal attempt. This will cut it down to 31-20 if it's good. It's up. And it's good. 20 yards. So it's now 31-20, 6:54 left.
Still a 2-score game, but you can do a field goal and touchdown with a 2-pointer. to tie. Just like before the field goal, you still need 2 touchdowns to take the lead. Are they unsided here, Colin, or is there just too much time to play?
Oh, nope, they're going to kick it deep. Sometimes you never know. Teams will onside it in situations like that, but Bolt returns it up to the 23. And let's see if the defense can come up with the big turnover. So far, they've had their chances, but they've dropped them.
Specifically, McGuire, right?
Yeah, specifically Mickey on that last drive. He had a great look at 6 points, but he was running before he caught the ball.
He had it right in his hands. Indeed, well, barring a Lone Star defensive score, Lone Star Glory need 2 possessions to make a difference in the game. Remember, the Vultures, way back in the first possession of the first quarter, lasted over 10 minutes on a scoring drive.
Lloyd Graham Jr. on that outcut picks up 9 yards.
Did stop the clock. Let's see how well Baltimore can do chewing up clock and yardage here.
Going to go I formation. We get offside. This will be a free play to get the first down. They'll probably take the penalty.
Right, because they'll get a couple extra yards and still have the first down.
Get our... It's another neutral zone infraction. This time it is on Jukin Rukin. And, you know, he's 6'2", 310 pounds. And a big fella like that can't exactly hide it when he jumps across the line like that.
Right, no place to hide. And once you get that mass moving, right, one of Newton's famous laws, body in motion, and that's a big body, tends to stay in motion. By the way, shout out to the guys keeping track of the stats.
Declan O'Rourke and James Walters. Doing a great job, fellas, as that's another pass. But the receivers tackled out of bounds.
Oh, man. Fellas, what are you, Canadian? Oh,
Yeah.
don't you know, are you a Youper? Hey,
Yeah,
the
playing
fellas.
on one of them wider metric fields, don't you know?
Playing that metric football.
And that's CFL stuff. It's pretty entertaining to watch, not going to lie.
Yes, thanks, guys, on the stats boards. And there is the first down.
Lloyd Graham Jr. catches it, hit the Baltimore 48, but again, he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, this taking under 6 minutes.
Just 26 yards on 3 grabs.
It's very slow with all the out-of-bounds plays that Baltimore's got going.
Now they line up with 3 tight ends in the eye. He'll give off the hazard again. Jimmy will get stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Boogie Bar, the outside rookie linebacker, records the tackle. But the clock starts to wind again. Now we get 3 wide receivers, single back, Wigmore under center, the left-hander. Back to pass.
Uh-oh.
Down the field. Oh! Could have been caught.
Who was the DB? Say it's not McGuire.
It's Mickey again. He tried to leap for that one, but
So he dropped one in his own red zone that would have stopped a Baltimore drive. Baltimore eventually scored a touchdown on that. He dropped a pick 6 on his on the Baltimore 6. There you go.
oh, nearly a sack there. Tina began blowing through again, but Wigmore able to get rid of the ball. Clock stopped with exactly 5 minutes left, and on the field comes the young lad, Sam Shepard.
And then McGuire just had another chance to take possession there with maybe get some yak, but they're going to get it now via the punting game.
Shepard rushed.
Ooh.
Oh, nearly blocked. He gets it away. spinning is Soto, and he'll get tackled at the 16. Here's a look at all the facts and figures so far. Lone Star has the advantage in the rushing category.
We had a lot of first downs in this one.
A lot of first downs by both teams.
Yeah, fair.
Only 7 combined punts. Average yards per play advantage, Baltimore. Total yards, 300 plus for both teams.
Oh, come on.
LaGloria will add a little more. It'll pick up 4 yards.
One of those short yardage out of bounds plays. Okay, whatever. Hey, coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, March 5. Queen City heads to Arizona in a rematch of the 2021 convention heartbreak for the Scorpions, followed by 2 teams that don't often cross paths but have plenty to prove, Lone Star and Los Angeles. Bonus coverage will include Rising Sioux Falls and DC plus Fort Worth and Vancouver. Visit NLSC.com to find Next Level Sports in your area.
They've been a great television partner for us as that pass is intercepted off a crazy deflection. And oh boy, that's a real backbreaker for the Glory. Enzo Bolt grabbed it out of the air.
That hurt.
It hit Ziggy Horonic in the back.
Oh no.
Ziggy didn't turn around for the ball, and Bolt's like, look what I found, and started running back upfield.
Yikes. Well, I mean, strange things have and do happen in the SFL, but we've got a 2-score game with with Baltimore in front with the ball in great field position to put more points on the board.
Here's Hazard up the middle, picks up 4 yards to the 20.
And that's just got to be so disappointing for Lone Star, Colin. Like you said, they were in this game, and the Rick meter had itself set at neutral at halftime. And Baltimore gets an equalizer, and then just starts running away with it.
Second interception of the day for Ace Finnick. Jimmy Hazard, he keeps grinding away. He has 2 rushing touchdowns a day. He's close to 100 yards also. 3rd down and 4. And the Glory, in the worst way possible, need a turnover of some kind. This will be a pass. Wigmore out of to the 3rd tight end for the 1st down. Oh my goodness. 1st down for Baltimore. Tyrone Means to the 13-yard line.
And it's danger time for Lone Star, Colin. Defense is maybe needs to catch one of those balls that's been thrown. If they get another opportunity, now's the time to make good. They crowd the line here, just 2 over in the safeties. So
here's the get to Hazard. He grinds his way down to the 9-yard line.
yes, run, and they were right, but still give up 3. And I don't know if Lone Star's going to use any timeouts ahead of the 2-minute warning, Colin.
They don't appear interested. Baltimore will have to run 1 play before the 2-minute warning, however. Here is the give to Hazard. And with that carry, he's now over 100 yards.
A solid game for Hazard.
101 for him.
Of course, it's deceptive because he had that long run, I suppose.
Well, we've reached the 2-minute warning. Baltimore looking to seal things away. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Well, welcome back to Medal of Honor Field. 2-minute warning, 3rd and 4. Jack Wigmore out to, I think that's John Michael Sutton. That's good for a first down. No! They marked it 4th and inches, but the goalie will still be forced to use the timeout. They're down to 1.
Hey, coming up on the 8 p.m. Music postgame update, we'll send you out to Missouri for bonus coverage of the Scorpions and Gladiators. Cameron Irvine and Brett Killian break down the first slate of games and preview what's next here on NXT's coverage of the SFL. It's all coming up on the postgame update.
Ethan Dolland and Justin reside on the call there. Dolland, of course, in his first game as Shark Tarkington makes the 19-yard field goal to put the Vultures up 34-20.
That's right, and you'll get some bonus coverage, too, of that Arizona-St. Louis game. St. Louis finding themselves behind the 8 ball here.
Down 10 in the 4th quarter.
I'm sure Colin Douglas was having a great game, though.
I'm sure he does. He's always all-world. As Greg Soto returns it up to the 25, and
he probably scored all of 16 points for St. Louis, single-handedly on one play. Why are you shaking your fist at me?
Because he's not Al Bundy. Here's Ace Finnick fires. Ooh. Looking for Greg Soto.
Almost a total misfire there. By the way, the Rick Meter, which is with us here in Denton, Texas, is now predicting full on Baltimore, predicting a Baltimore victory here.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line.
A little tardy in announcing that. They had that determined a couple of possessions ago.
202 yards for Finnick. Of course, he started really hot, completing his first 8 passes, but then a little more hit or miss. And speaking of misses, it's just been that kind of day for Dave Axis. He's at 8 targets, but only 3 receptions.
Yeah, quiet 8 targets. He really had maybe 1 in the first half.
Yeah, 2 so far in the 2nd, 3rd, and 10.
Well, a dreary day here in Denton, Texas, and a dreary game for the Lone Star Glory faithful.
Ace Finnick down the field. Ziggy Horonic. He's made a couple big plays. That's another one here, and they call a timeout with 1:37 left.
Lone Star trying to manufacture 2 scores here in the last 104 seconds of the game. And we've seen stranger things, but I'm not optimistic. This broadcaster is not optimistic.
Well, they've shown the ability to be explosive.
They have, and Baltimore is showing everybody why they're undefeated. As they were in a bit of a dogfight through 2.5 quarters, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give you that. 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, we were
on the gun, fires, intercepted.
That's probably going to seal it, because weren't we tied at 20 at one point? Tied
We're
at 17.
Tied at 17.
Yeah.
Elijah Warfield on the interception, looking for Soto, and the defense, they called themselves awake. Well, they've been awfully good today.
Indeed. And Lone Star cannot stop the clock, so we'll get a series of kneel downs here. And been impressed by Baltimore. This is the first game we've called the season, right, Colin, of Baltimore, and they've looked every bit of 5-0, about to go to 6-0.
They're tops in the league, and they'll probably remain that way most of the power rankings and stuff as kneel downs will start.
What do we have a handle on what Baltimore typically gives up, allows per game? Where does the Lone Stars 20 fit into their season so far?
They only give up 18 points a game, so it's technically two
more, but
two more points over their average. But
they're basically on their average. Yep.
They were number 2 in rush yards allowed per game. Ike McBride blew that.
Show them that, yeah.
Blowed that out of the water with 103.
McBride showed them what's what. What about Baltimore's average scoring?
Well, this is a team that scores 35.8 points a game.
On average?
On average, so they're on 34.
This is, well, the jokes make themselves sometimes. This is an incredibly average game for Baltimore.
And here's the last kneel down. As we're going to approach under 15 seconds, the Vultures will move
to 6-0.
To 6-0.
I got you.
According to Thomas Paternini, the starters have allowed 14 points a game. That's the end of the game. 34-20. Baltimore wins over Lone Star. Post game coming up next
with Cameron and Brett.
All right. Ike McBride. You saw the yardage totals for her there. That was one of her bigger runs at the 40-yarder we mentioned. Jack Wigmore finishes with 260 yards.
I don't know that we appropriately recognized what a great throw that was, Colin, into triple coverage at the time that it happened.
Yeah.
And 2 lefty quarterbacks, right?
Yeah. Only see one in the NFL currently.
Lefties are uncommon, and here we've got a game with both starting QBs. Pretty sweet.
Mike McBride finishes 160 yards. Ivy Irvin with the nice toe drag swagger there.
Sometimes you just got to give that left-handed compliment.
78 yards, 2 touchdowns for Irvin. There's Ziggy Horonic. He finishes as the second leading goal receiver with 50 yards. James Troll here, he made the short field goal. Both he and Shark Tarkington are 2 of 2. This was just a weird play. It hit the back of Ziggy Horonic. And then Enzo Bolt's like, oh, look, the ball. Seven tackles each for the leading tacklers in the game. No sacks recorded for the Baltimore defense, but 3 interceptions by 3 players, including that one right there by Elijah Warfield. Pretty much sealed things away. Play the game. Drum roll, please. Jimmy Hazard, over 100 yards of total offense, 101 yards on the ground, a couple scores, along with 9 receiving yards. For those of us in the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northup, he's Rick Northup. Thanks to Declan O'Rourke and James Walters on stats. We'll send you to Brett Killian and Cameron Irvine for the bonus.
And 3 from the Arizona 18. St. Louis, they need this win bad. They want it bad at home. Trying to get back in that division race over the middle. That's a great find and a great hit. And welcome on in for those of you who are coming live from our TV audience. You are joining us here as St. Louis is trailing Arizona late here in the 4th. It's been a game with a lot of field goals. It's been a game with very few touchdowns, and it's a game that now sees an injury on the field as Eagle Mondavi went down.
Yeah, Eagle Mondavi goes down, and that's just a hard time for the defense, a hard time for the offense of St. Louis here.
First and goal from the Arizona 8. St. Louis desperately trying to get back in this game. Brown dropping back, finds his man, but can't quite find the end zone. The clock does stop. Getting out of bounds there is Dillavu.
Yeah, Dillavu there. Perfect route there. Even though he goes out of bounds, he was trying to go for the end zone, but I guess he kind of forgot where the pylon was.
Christian Brown's had a solid day, 31 completions for 234 yards, a pick, but no touchdowns yet. Their sole touchdown coming on the ground with Cairo Martinez. Can Brown find it here? They are in position exactly where Martinez wants the ball. Second and goal. At the 1. Brown takes it, dropping back. It's a passing play, rolling to his right. It's stacked. That's so big, but they don't have time to think about it. The hurry up offense. Brown getting under center. This is the last gasp for St. Louis. Dropping back, gotta find, it's got an open man. Oh, the momentum carries him backwards and can't find anything.
Mark Kaufman there trying to find the pylon, but he can't find it. He goes backwards instead of forwards there.
Trailing 13 with 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. You gotta think this is 4 down territory for St. Louis. And it is indeed. Christian Brown coming back out on the field. This is do or die for the Gladiators. The Scorpions got set up. It's a free play. Oh, that's gonna be disastrous as Arizona was in on a sack.
Yeah, that Norwood sack is not going to count. I think we're going to have half the distance of the goal here penalty.
And that is exactly what it will be, a neutral zone infraction. That is an absolute backbreaker. Mark Mello not going to forgive himself for that anytime soon.
Yeah, Mark Mello, I think this was a second neutral zone infraction of the day. And now St. Louis has a first and goal at the 1 inch line.
You know, when you're 2-3 on the year, you're trying to get back to 500. Mark Mello just a little bit jumpy. Every game feels so big when you're clawing your way back into that divisional race. Fourth and goal from the Arizona 2. They've got a second lease on life, and they waste it. Batted away in the back of the end zone by big Sean Moore.
Yeah, the big talk there. Sean Moore wanted to eat, and he does eat. Look at he was perfectly in the end zone. Perfect time pass to swat it down.
Sean Moore using every inch of his 6'3" stature to reach out for that. And so we've got first and goal at their own 2. Arizona. They've just got to get themselves some breathing room, and they should be able to run out the clock. DJ Moses has had a pretty solid day on the ground.
Yeah, solid day on the ground and everything. Hopefully it's all good for Arizona, but oh my goodness.
Nearly a safety there as they're going to be brought back to their own 1. In the backfield, they had a chance and barely sneaks the ball over the line.
Yeah, just thank goodness there. Moses snuck it over the line to make sure that he didn't get safetied.
DJ Moses, 113 yards on 23 attempts today, about 5 yards per carry, and you need a big couple yards right here to get off your own 1, and that's going to be a neutral zone infraction. Both defenses a little jumpy, and once again, a real shame because it wipes a great defensive play off the board.
Yeah, it wipes out that Gronick tackle there. And it's just, Arizona and St. Louis have both made infraction mistakes here in this back and forth.
Yeah, neutral zone infraction. That is going to be 5 yards. Arizona, they're given another shot at getting this ball off of their own 1 yard line. They narrowly avoid the safety, and they get a bailout.
Yeah, they get a bailout because of Tom Tanner jumping off sides.
So we've got 2nd and 5 from their own 6. Arizona trying to put the finishing touches on what has been a great game here in St. Louis. AJ under center here, most likely going to hand this one off and does just that. Moses takes it right in a face mask. Another back-breaking penalty for the Gladiators.
Yeah, either a face mask or the horse collar tackle, either one of them.
And it's going to be the face mask. That hurts. Tack on a whole lot of yards at the end of that run. Arizona has found the breathing room they were looking for. St. Louis needs a miracle. They got to hope that coach has brought a little bit of pixie dust today. He can sprinkle it on the field.
Yeah, Panini there on the face mask on DJ Moses there.
Coach O'Reilly on the sideline cannot be happy with back-to-back penalties for these Gladiators, and you can tell the home crowd isn't happy either. It is silent in this arena.
Yeah, it's silent here at the Coliseum.
Here we go, 1st and 10, Arizona 25, 3:16 on the clock. Moses taking it up the middle. That's another run. Pretty solid stuff from him. Tackle coming through from number 24, Gerald Winkler.
Yeah, Moses has been running, doing perfect runs all day for Arizona. Had that big one earlier, and St. Louis just hasn't figured it out. Hasn't made an adjustment yet to figure out how to stop DJ Moses.
Yeah, and all credit to them. They haven't had a bad day, right? It's been a lot of field goals given up. They've really bent. They haven't broken 1 or 2 big plays, but Moses has just been absolutely consistent on the ground. Good for 4 or 5 every single touch, and that one nearly disrupted before the handoff is executed.
Yeah, that was Moses perfectly following his blockers there to get the first down.
Love to get a catch of this replay. See, in the backfield beforehand, quarterback already way too close to some green jerseys. Moses carves out a cool few yards, and they're able to keep the clock moving, and more importantly, keep those chains moving.
So Arizona is going to finish off St. Louis, 29-16, coming down to the 2-minute warning. They get to 500. It's now a 3-way tie in the West Division. St. Louis falling behind in the East at 2-4. When we come back, post-game update from SFL headquarters. And Charleston in Florida coming up next here on Next Level Sports. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SFL Studios for Sim Football Postgame with Brett Killian. I'm Cameron Irvine. Brett filling in for Mike St. Green today. Happy cruising, Mike. All right, big win for Arizona. Let's start there, 29-16. They get to 500. It's a three-way tie at the top, Brett, for the West Crown. It's anybody's game.
It's making things super interesting in that division, and I think it's going to go down to the wire in that final week with all three of those teams just playing how they are right now. It's going to be fun, and Arizona took a major step in getting back into form. That's I believe 3 in a row for them as well. So that's going to be huge for their momentum coming their way.
Mickey McGuire, a game to forget, Brett. He had a chance to take a touchdown off the board for Baltimore. Then he had a chance to put one on the board inside the 10-yard line. Was not able to get his hands on those interceptions, and Baltimore won by 14. That was kind of the ball game.
Yeah, that felt like a 21-point swing because Mickey McGuire had 3 chances to grab interceptions, and at least 2 of them could have been easy pick sixes. One that would go like 93 yards, the other one going maybe 5 or 6 yards. And if he just would have grabbed the football, I think Lone Star would have an easy, comfortable victory. They had time possession dominated throughout this game. They outpossessed Baltimore by at least 4 or 5 minutes, and they couldn't get the points out of it. So Baltimore, I think, another squeeze out a close victory for them despite the score.
All right. This is a big one, Brett. Coming up, let's shift gears to Charleston and Florida. TD Drew not showing up to practice. You're out. Kentez Johnson, former Houston Hyena quarterback, is in. And we've got a juicy storyline. 3-2 Charleston, 3-2 Florida coming up next. DC Queen City also in bonus coverage. What are your thoughts, Brett?
Hey, the one thing that was coming into that general chat on Discord was the return of the king. Kentez Johnson will get his first start since season 15, and he's going to be in tough against the Florida defense that are able to stifle passing games. They're in the top half of the league in passing yards allowed, and Charleston's still riding momentum with 3 in a row. So it's going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams with a new quarterback, and Florida coming off a very surprising loss against Vancouver. Even though their defense was stout, they still allowed 41 points. So it's going to be very interesting how these two teams will fare out in this game.
Kentez Johnson took on the Florida Storm in his rookie season in the semifinals, lost in the final seconds. He doesn't like Florida. The rest of his new Charleston teammates don't like Florida, and we just want to see a great game. Charleston, Florida, 2 3-2 teams in a tie with Jacksonville atop the Atlantic Division. Who takes the division lead through the halfway point of the season? We'll find out next. Eric Vincent and Cade Stevens, your Florida boys, and Justin Reside on stats coming up. This has been the SFL postgame update. We'll see you on the other side of this break from Fort Lauderdale.